another one. Another big question. This one's pretty huge, okay? And it's coming at the drummer. So drummer, drugs are very prevalent in the indie community and in the music scene as it is. You know, a lot of people have rituals before their show. You know, my ritual, Dustin's ritual, he always does, a couple shots, gets in the zone, starts paddling his knees, whatever the fuck he does, whatever. Me, I will go backstage, find an unknown bottle and possibly an unknown substance and have some fun. And then whatever happens on stage, it's going to be a different show each time. So, with that being said, what is your ritual? And does it involve hallucinogenics or fun stuff or fun powder, fun paper? What do we got? And, don't be shy. It's okay.
I'm pretty boring. Considering I'm like the youngest in the band, I guess I'm like the old man. It's partly to do with like my work and stuff as well. We get like drugs and alcohol tested, so I've got to be careful anyway. But my sort of ritual is at least a couple of pints.
Yeah. Smooth things over.
Yeah, usually take the piss out of Ian for ruining my rhythm section. And then, that's enough for my ego, and I'm good to go, really.
Okay. All right, I like that. Very simplified. And it's okay. You can hide there. It's all right. I know there's a deep, dark side to you, Tom. Okay? I know it's there.
Oh.
It's there. And we might pry it open before the show is over. I don't know. 20 minutes in a room with me will make you fucking insane. I will tell you that. But... And, I heard this guy giggling in the background. John, what is your ritual?
Well, I used to worship the Dark Lord Satan, but I kind of gave that up. Basically now, I just have a few beers. A few beers. Ian and I wrote the first two albums, sponsored by a very famous Italian beer.
Oh, dear.
Hold up. Yeah, and... the other lads used to come round and the next day and they would want to listen to the songs, and you could just see the beer bin full of bottles. But we like to have a few beers before we go on, a bit of Dutch courage, don't we?
Yeah.
That's our basis.
So everyone gets a little twisted.
Gotta have a few beers.
Yeah. To get you in the zone. So everyone gets a little twisty. I like that. And when you guys got together, John and Ian, you guys got together first, and then Tom, you joined shortly after?
Yeah, I joined about 2 years ago.
Okay, so with that being said, when you first sat down in that drummer throne, how long did it take you guys to achieve that Gallaher's green sound? Instead of, following, some of your influences, which I'm sure kind of mixes in with it anyways, but... You didn't copy them, but because you guys have your own sound. So with that being said, like, when did you guys achieve that, and how did you guys achieve it?
It was pretty instantaneous, Tim. This band is the sum of its parts. Like, we all joke about egos and stuff, but honestly, we're pretty chill guys. We all we're joking about it, having a beer and just hanging out and rehearsing and writing songs and putting ideas in front of each other. And I think it was the first gig we were playing in Liverpool, and it was a venue called the Jacaranda where the Beatles used to play. They've actually got a blue plaque commemorating where John Lennon used to take a piss. True story.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was Tom's first gig, and we'd been rehearsing, and I said to Tom, I said, "Look, mate, don't be nervous. Nobody gives a shit what you're doing. If anything goes wrong, they're going to blame me because I'm the singer." But honestly, it was so with Tom. It's so chilled, relaxed. Doesn't speed up, he doesn't slow down, he doesn't forget songs, there's no attitude. Yeah, he's just cool.
Let's not big him up too much. Let's not get his ego out of control. Let's calm down.
He's getting a little red face over there.
He's also a horrible person. Just level it out.
Yeah. And that.
I agree, because like there was definitely already the Gallaher's green sound before I joined, because I listened to the band before I joined, obviously, but it sticks in my head very well. The first it was like my sort of audition, but it was more of a rehearsal. we just sort of started playing. It was kind of, they just asked me, go on, Tom, what song do you want to play? I picked one. And it just went from there. And it was just this really good sort of chemistry between us, really. It just sort of, everything just works.
Yeah.
And that's especially important because we all live quite far away from each other. We only really actually get to rehearse on the day of a gig, which isn't ideal, but because we all go away and practice enough at home, when we meet up, because we're all just locked in. So when we just meet up like that, everything just works perfectly, and it's just,
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I only worked out? I think it was only today, actually, John. Pretty much all of the albums have been written while me and you have been living in different countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Apart from a few that we were all at my old house. You was in Cyprus, I was in the UK, and now you're in Northern Ireland, I'm in England. So we've hardly ever lived in the same. And what we used to do, we used to email songs back and forward to each other, even pre-COVID. So when COVID hit and everyone was doing everything by email, we were kind of good to go. We were used to that way.
Yeah, we're good to go.
So
yeah, because
we hardly ever in the same.
With the first album, I was stationed in the Mediterranean. You were stationed in the South Atlantic, and then when it was coming up to the second album, you did your 7th Afghanistan tour, whatever it was. It's crazy. We were used to that sort of COVID way of doing things before. It wasn't a problem for us, we got used to it. And I fly over to Manchester for the gig.
Just have to live like that now. But yeah, as Tom was saying, as soon as we get in a room, it's just like magic. It all just kind of works. You can tell everybody's doing the graft at home and rehearsing, so we're always good to go, really.
Yeah. All right. Hell yeah, dude. That's kind of, and that's very, because Dustin moved to Missouri, which is like 4.5 hours away. It's a decade to me. And with that, where I'm just starting to learn, bouncing files back and forth and all this shit, and we're able to write, music, and it's fucking insane. And the way technology is nowadays, man, it makes it so easy, it's badass. So a lot of people are coming together and doing it, which is sweet.
Yeah.
And, another question this is me for both the singers, because John and Ian sing. And Tom, do you sing too?
I do a little bit of backing every now and then. Depends how pissed I am.
I only do a tiny bit of backing vocals. If you hear me sing, you won't want to hear it again, trust me.
Okay, so it's John, you're the main. Okay, so...
Yeah, I never wanted to be a singer. I just wanted to be like Izzy Stradlin, hanging at the back, but I kind of got pushed out to the front because no one else wanted to do it. But
and that's what I was about to ask. Did singing... Because playing and singing for me, that took me a while to kind of... to figure out and put together. So, did that come natural to you, playing and singing at the same time, or did you really have to work at it?
It was actually started off as so first I was a singer, then I got fired after our first gig. I was in a punk band called Anticlimax, spelled Auntie.
Anticlimax, damn.
Yeah, cool little band. But I wasn't even good enough to sing in a punk band. So I went away, learned bass. But I was sort of playing bass and singing at the same time without thinking about it. So it naturally kind of happened that way.
Yeah.
And then when I decided to play rhythm guitar, I just did it. Just naturally did it. But you'll not see me shredding on the dusty end of the guitar. That's not really my thing. I just concentrate on singing and playing. There's no money up there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I act because it's only two of us, so I'll run up and down the stage like a psychopath, and I'm gonna give a show of 10 people on stage. I will, and so I finally got my Bluetooth, so I'm not tripping over my fucking cord.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when you're drunk and you're trying to navigate, oh fuck. Thank God it's a punk show, because falling off the stage, that's able to be presentable, If you're in fuck.
Yeah, I went to in-ear monitors for a while, and the battery pack, which was plugged in then, it was with an XLR cable that was doing my fucking tits in. Mm-hmm. So I dumped that, and I've just got to put up with a cable for the guitar now. But yeah, I know what you mean, mate.
Oh, fuck. And what was some of your guys' influences growing up as kids? A lot of people, they'll follow in their parents' footsteps, they'll listen to the soft rock music, and then they'll graduate to heavy metal because, and then punk music, which is the real genre everyone should be listening to. But, what was some of your guys' influences growing up?
Well, I remember the first time I heard heavy metal. I was in I went to stay in my cousin's house, and I walked into the room, and he put on Motorhead, Overkill. I think I was 10, and he put it on, and I went, "What the fuck is this?" And he says, "It's called." He said, "Yeah." He says it's called heavy metal, and that was it for me. And then I got into Guns N' Roses, were my gateway band, and from them, you like everybody, you go off and listen to what they were into. Then I got into the Stones and the Pistols and Clash, and I'm a big punk guy too. And that was that was it for me. Whatever the guys in Guns N' Roses were sort of into and what influenced them, I went off and did that.
Okay.